Hi readers, it's me, Zandra Robinson Burns, writer, the protagonist of Heroine Training, and Passion Planner Ambassador, here with my cup of tea to talk planning with you this week. What I'm most excited about in my Passion Planner practices that I would be sharing with you if we were meeting for a tea. So I would love to hear in the comments what you're excited about in your Passion Planner this week as well, so that this can be a conversation across the table. First of all, I have important news for you, and that is that I have a new Passion Planner discount code for you. It is no longer Zandra1, it is now Zandra2 at checkout at passionplanner.com when you are buying your own Passion Planner. So take note of that, or go to the link in the description, heroinetraining.com/plan, and that will always have the most recent code. This week especially goes out to those of you who make your own hours, whether you are self-employed, freelance, a student, or you know what, it's for everybody actually, because I feel like there's this thing around having a set time when you go to work and come home from work that is set external to yourself that we as a society value beyond those of us who make commitments to ourselves about when we're going to get our work done. But Passion Planner in particular is a really useful tool for those of us in that latter category. Although I will say that those of you who are working set hours might also relate to the idea of protecting your time that is technically your free time that you do want to dedicate to your projects and to your priorities. And so I want to talk today about this idea of well, technically I'm free and technically my schedule is flexible, but actually we all have times that are best for ourselves to use in certain ways. So that's what I've been grappling with for a decade now. And here is what has been working for me most recently. This is still too hot to drink and it's fogging up my glasses. We'll just set that aside. So in a past video, I had talked about enforcing days off for myself and how I do that. So I have in my monthly spread, which is newly collaged as seen in last week's video. I explain what that's all about. And I have these boxes that I make for myself in highlighter about these are my days off each week. I default to taking Saturday off, and then I will usually take off the days of the new moon and the full moon as well. And then I leave it flexible week to week. I like to take more time off when I have my period, and then I have some days off here for travel and visitors. And that's been helpful. That's been helpful to have these days off that are set, so I can say, oh, I'm off on Saturday. But what I find is even more effective is scheduling blocks of time where I am on. This has been a huge revelation for me because in the past, all that I have really experimented with is blocking in mandatory rest to make sure that I take a nap or that I take a bath. I make sure that that's in the planner. But actually, I love doing my work. And so when I envisioned what does my ideal work calendar look like in my most successful professional version of myself, and I pictured this cinematic fake calendar. You know how okay, the example that's coming to mind for me is Ashley Olsen's character in New York Minute, I think, unless that was the one where they played against type. But anyway, the type A one in New York Minute who had a Filofax and everything is scheduled. That was a goal of mine that Passion Planner now makes come true for me. But it's just everything is so beautiful and organized, but for me it would also be very simple. And so I love the aesthetic of iCal on a Mac. I don't even know if it's called that anymore because I don't do digital planning at all, but I really like the colored in boxes. To give you some context about what my work involves as a protagonist is that I write about how to make your everyday life more magical. I write weekly digital postcards for Everyday Wonderland with 1-minute calls to adventure. And in order to lead in this way, I need to be living my life. I need to be enjoying the creative part of my life. And I've like tried to stick to a schedule in the past of like, I have writing time from this o'clock to that o'clock, and I sit at my desk and for that amount of time. But actually, I find that I am more creative the less I try to be. So when I have a writing project that I need to wrap up, I will do a better job at writing it in this fantastical, fun way by going for a walk with the ideas that I'm trying to work through. I will go and sit on a bench or sit in an art gallery and or browse a cool vintage shop. And these experiences like keep me inspired and give me they enhance my vocabulary and my expression, and those parts of my work are essential. But then there's also this like, okay, now it's time to take all of that inspiration that I have downloaded. I don't like using like technology metaphors so much, but you know, all of these scraps of images to collage, there is a part of the work that is more worky, where I do need to like write up the draft of my findings and schedule it on the internet and put it on the website and into the newsletter. And so for those times, what I find has been really effective over the past couple of weeks is to schedule in, okay, this is when I need to do that type of work. And then I'm able to more freely wander about my day and do the inspiring things without also having this conflicting sense in my brain of like, yeah, but at some point you need to go sit down and do something with this. So I'll show you. This was the week that I started it. I put this little box here, this box here, and this box here. And those represent the times. In the morning, I tend to do my more creative writing, and then the afternoons, it's more of the technical, busy work, email-y type of things. And that's something that I've just been aware of for a while, works best for me. But I took this lavender colored pencil and shaded it in, which is a big deal for me because I don't have an eraser for this pencil. I use erasable pen for everything else in my passion planner, but for these little purple boxes, that means I can't move it. If somebody wants to meet up and they're like, oh, actually, no, this never happens. But in my head, what happens is I want to meet up with someone and they have like firmer time commitments than I do. And they're like, oh, you don't have firm time commitments because you're self-employed. Let's move all of your schedule around to accommodate me. Nobody actually does that to me, thankfully. I don't have those people in my life, but they are in my brain. And I think, oh, I should be so grateful that this person wants to spend time with me and that my schedule is flexible. So I should just like bend over backwards in my planner to make this happen at a time that could mean moving my work around when I don't have to. Like there's usually a solution that can also respect the time boundaries that I know work best for running my business. So I'll show you the week ahead. I have gone through all the tasks that I have for my work week, and I've thought about when the best time is going to be for me to do those tasks. And now, if I'm scheduling something with somebody, those times are not available. This is wild to me. So the lavender boxes are my current exciting strategy for really owning my time and respecting my time, especially at this stage of my business where I'm not so overwhelmed with tasks and with clients that I am needing to set these boundaries. I am setting them now as if I were living my dream schedule. Like, I can implement that for myself right now. And in fact, I have to, in order to get to that level, I have to treat my time as valuable, because it is. And if I treat it as such, then it will become fruitful for my business as well. So I would love to hear how this relates to you and your schedule and your planning in the comments. So please say hello. Until next time, you can continue your adventure by using my code Zandra2 at passionplanner.com to get your own passion planner, by enjoying my free ebook 123 mini adventure at heroinetraining.com/123, and by saying hello in the comments for this video. See you in the next chapter. Bye.